Round 16 is here. Hi all, welcome back to a new video on the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a fantastic Halloween. I certainly did because it was extremely spooky. Dartford actually won. Really good result. 4-2 win over Weston-super-Mare. Horrible first half. Cracking second half. Come on your darts. But we're not playing this weekend, so let's get to the stuff you actually want to hear about. So this weekend consists of a lot less games, only 8 games being played this weekend, with many of the teams in our league still in the FA Cup. Brilliant to see. Hope they go smash it this weekend. We've still got 8 games to predict. Looking at last week, the predictions I got right, I got 0. I got so many results right. I got, Maidstone drawing to Weston-super-Mare away. I got Torquay losing to Hampton. I got Yeovil beating Braintree by a 2-goal deficit. I got so many results right, as in the outcome, but for bang-on predictions, a big fat 0. This weekend, no game was really a shock, but a little shout out to Havant and Waterlooville, really struggling at the moment. Got a point against Weymouth. I'm just feeling on the generous side, so they're getting game of the week, shock of the week. I don't even know what it is anymore. I just make it up as I go along. Should we just get into the predictions? Yeah, let's just get into the predictions. First up, we have Super Aveley currently sitting in second place. They're taking on Weston-super-Mare, who have found a bit of a mixture of form recently. If we start with Aveley, the home side, Hernandez scoring it in a 1-0 win over St Albans. Away from home, that is a terrific result. And especially as Aveley recently have been losing a couple of really important players, the fact they're still getting points on the board and sitting second in the league is absolutely remarkable. Weston-super-Mare, on the other hand, a really good home draw against Maidstone, who are on great form at the moment. And then coming to Dartford, coming to Princess Park, losing 4-2. They started really well. Ruben Reid looking on absolutely top form at the moment, looking back to his best. Did miss that penalty though, which cost them dearly in the end. But Dartford absolutely dominated the second half, and they didn't really look like they had that much in them. Obviously, Aveley at home, it's a struggle not to give them all 3 points for this one. So I'm going to go for an Aveley 2-0 win. Next up, we have Braintree. They're taking on Havant and Waterlooville. They'll be licking their lips to hopefully get all 3 points and bounce back after a 2-0 defeat to Yeovil. They were doing really well. Form was really good, but going to Hewish Park is not an easy task for anyone in the league at the moment. Even if you were in the league above, it probably wouldn't be an easy task. And that's considering Yeovil did drop a few of their key players in the game against Braintree. Braintree just weren't strong enough. But I'm sure they'll come good, and I expect them to get 3 points out of this one. If we do quickly look at Havant, did get a really important point at least on the board against Weymouth. They still do sit 10 points deep into that relegation zone. So results are going to have to start coming soon. Otherwise, it's going to get squeaky bum for them, and they may be leaving themselves way too late to get out of trouble. Braintree at home, sitting 14th. They don't look a bad side at all in the league this year. So for obvious reasons, I'm going to go for another win for them. I'm going Braintree 3, Havant 1. Next up, this should be a very interesting game. Chippenham Town take on Eastbourne Borough. So even at the moment, it's unbelievable. They sit 1 point apart in the league. They've both got 1 win in their last 5, and they've both just come off the back of draws on the weekend. 2 very different draws. Eastbourne a 3-3 draw with Slough. They certainly would have been hoping to try and take all 3 points if possible, but it wasn't to be. They're showing their capability to score goals, which is great to see, but they're just not grinding out 3 points enough for my liking, and I think they're really going to struggle to make the playoffs at this rate. Chippenham Town, on the other hand, yet again, another team who are a bit out of form at the moment. A really important 0-0 draw away at Welling. To lose that one would have been extremely disappointing against a Welling side that are really struggling. This has a draw written all over it, so I'm going for a draw. 1-1. Next up, we have poor old Dover. They're playing Hampton and Richmond. Not a good time at all to be playing Hampton and Richmond. They are on absolute fire. 5 wins on the trot is unbelievable stuff, including a fantastic 3-1 win against Torquay United. Dover finally ending that streak of 5, I think they had 4 or 5 draws in a row. It was crazy. They did finally lose on the weekend. Took a really heavy defeat to Farnborough. Not a great result, but they'll be looking to bounce back at home pretty quickly. Problem is, Hampton, as we just said, they're on fire at the moment. You can't stop them. Only 3-4 weeks ago, we were talking about them in the relegation zone, really struggling. And just a few weeks later, they're now sitting 6th in the playoff places, only 2 points off second. It's unbelievable stuff. Got to go back them. Be silly not to. Hampton and Richmond 2, Dover 1. Next up, we have yet another game that shows just how quickly this league can change. Taunton Town are at home against Farnborough. Farnborough now 4th in the league, having a really good season, looking a really strong side, especially at home, and a fantastic 4-0 win, as we've just mentioned, against Dover. No Alfie Pavey, no problem. They are not short of goals at the moment, that's for sure. Taunton, on the other hand, just a few weeks ago, top of the league. I know they played a game in hand at the time, but they were top of the league. They've now slipped down to 7th. 4 games without a win, really struggling for form. A draw away at Chelmsford 0-0 is a pretty good result, but is it going to be enough for them this week to go and get 3 points, a point out of a really good Farnborough side? I'm not sure. I'm actually going to go for another draw. I'm going for yet another 1-1. Next up, we have Tonbridge Angels. They're taking on Chelmsford City. Tonbridge have been making me eat my words recently. A couple of really good results. Only 1 loss in their last 5. They're on a good bit of form and slowly getting themselves back up the table. Another really good win against Truro. 3 points there. No complaints from Tonbridge, I'm sure. Guard scoring yet another penalty. I don't know how many penalties that guy scored this season, but it's enough. Always nice to have a good penalty taker. Chelmsford, on the other hand, to say they're out of form would probably be a bit harsh, considering they haven't lost in their last 4. They're just picking up too many draws. Their last 3 results have all been draws. As I say, Taunton, who are a bit out of form, going away from home. You maybe thought Chelmsford might nick all 3 points there. Wasn't to be. Got a 0-0 draw. Nice confidence, nice clean sheet. Can they go and beat an on-form Tonbridge Angels side at the moment? I'm not sure. I'm not going to go. I'm actually, for once, I'm just doing it. For once, I'm back in Tonbridge. Tonbridge 1, Chelmsford 0. Next up, we probably have game of the weekend coming up. Bit of a local derby. We have Torquay United. They're taking on Bath City in what should be a cracker. If we start with home side Torquay, as we all know at the moment, not going well, slipping right down there. 4 losses in their last 5. Players even arguing with fans. It's not going well there whatsoever. Torquay really needs to turn it around and turn it around quickly, because big rivals Yeovil are slowly slipping away with it at the moment. Bath, on the other hand, is a great opportunity for Torquay to play Bath. They are not on their greatest form. 1 win in their last 5 too. A couple of draws. A disappointing home loss to Worthing on the weekend. This one is all to play for. I don't know who I'm going to back. This one is so hard. This has got 1-1 written all over it, but I can't go for a hat-trick or 1-1s in one video with just 8 games. So where am I going? I don't know where I'm going. I'm going to go for Torquay 2-1. Last but not least, Weymouth are taking on Welling. A massive game for both sides. A game that these two teams just do not want to be losing at the moment. Even a point they'd probably take. They just can't be losing this sort of game at the moment. Weymouth, as we've just mentioned, coming off the back of that 1-1 draw against Havant, will be fairly disappointed, because I think any team playing Havant at the moment will be hoping for 3 points, and find anything less a bit of a disappointment. But Havant are signing players, they are getting better, and I do expect them to get some wins as the season goes on. Welling, just not winning games. They're just not winning games whatsoever. It's really rough for them out there at the moment. To see them picking up any more than 1 point this weekend, I just can't see it. I really can't see it. Weymouth at home, I think they might do it. I really think they might do it. I'm going Weymouth 1, Welling 0. So you have it, all 8 games predicted. Nice, easier bit of editing for me this week, which is blimmin' lovely. I'm not going to complain. I hope you did enjoy nonetheless. Hope your team gets on well this weekend, especially as Dartford playing. All you do well. Dartford, none of you playing Dartford, just all go do well. I don't mind. But yes, hope you did enjoy the video. All the games are in the description if you do want to do a bit of a prediction battle down below. Always interested to see them. Hope you enjoy wherever you're going to watch this weekend. And until the next one, I guess I'll see you around. Bye for now.